the season is like wrapping up next week, right?
Yep.
We've got this comes out on Tuesday. It's Sunday night currently. So as of where we're sitting right now, we got about a week and a half left. But when you listen to this episode, there's like a week tops, like barely a week left in the season. So we thought we would paint the picture for you with a fine-tipped brush about how things are going in the playoff race currently. Is that right, Brig? Is that right? A fine-tipped brush?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Nice.
You're the artist here, not me. So anyway, here we go. Major League Baseball playoffs approaching. Currently, our clinchers, we have the LA Dodgers have clinched
LA.
the NL West and the best record in the National League. So they will have home field all the way through the National League playoffs. I'm honestly thinking that they're going to have home field in the World Series as well.
Yeah.
With the way they continue to win and the Astros refuse to win this weekend. And we're just infuriating me. I never thought in my life I would say that. But my goodness, Brig.
I know.
Oh, we'll get there
astonishing.
in just a minute. But holy
go ahead.
smokes. Okay. Back. Here we go. Divisions clinched. Today, Sunday, the Cleveland baseball team, Brig, clinched the AL Central. This is the first time since 2018 this has happened, and I am absolutely astonished that it happened.
They're so impressive, though. Like, the way they have cobbled this together and rose up from, like, obscurity almost. I don't want to beat them down or anything, but the way they have literally just come out of nowhere, it feels like, is so impressive. And I'm so happy for them because going into the season, the only name we really knew, was Jose. That's it.
Well, even honestly, for me, it was Shane Bieber.
Shane Bieber. Yeah, that's right. But you can't get carried by two guys. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and Tristan McKenzie, I knew about him, but man, he had his ups and downs this season, and it turns out he's up mostly, and he's been great. But I've gone back and I was listening to our meaningless predictions because I chopped those up for when we wrap up the season here in a couple months ish, and we both agreed that the only thing that Cleveland would be winning this year was the worst baseball team name. That was it. We had them finishing at the bottom of the AL Central. So
yeah, blown away.
There's that.
Totally
that
blown away.
Houston clinched the AL West. That felt like that happened like back in like July, but it was just recently. So no surprise there. Honestly.
Big facts there, Brad.
Big facts only, Brick. So, but as far as other teams that have clinched a spot but have not clinched their division, you've got the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, and the Atlanta Braves. The Yankees are just within a matter of days. They're gonna wrap up the AL East here pretty soon. But the Mets and the Braves continue to be in a hotly contested race.
It's a battle. They're a game and a half. It's a game and a half battle right now, and it's crazy.
It is.
Was it the Braves beat the Phillies today, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so.
Sunday night.
I'll double check that.
Yeah.
But the Mets won big over the A's after getting beat big by the A's over the weekend.
Yeah, but they put on a beat down today. It was crazy.
They did. Yeah, the Braves beat the Phillies by 1 in extras.
Yeah. Scherzer, I think, struck out 8 over the day and on Sunday, and
struck out 7.
Yeah,
he went 6 full and struck out 7.
Yeah.
Gave up 1 run. So
yeah. Which is exactly what we want to see from Mad Max.
Yep. Exactly right. For sure. So that's everybody to this point who has clinched. Ongoing division races, like I said, in the NL East, you've got the Mets and the Braves. In the NL Central, you've got the Cardinals ahead of the Brewers. It's just a matter of days before they clinch that. That's going to happen soon, and that's pretty much inevitable. But the AL East, like I said, the Yankees haven't clinched yet, but they've got a pretty good lead on the Blue Jays. The Rays are barely hanging on just by the skin of their teeth. They'll be eliminated like a couple hours from now, probably. That's what I would imagine.
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah. Toronto's 8.5 games behind New York right now in the East. So that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. I think the Yankees' magic number is 2 right now to clinch.
Okay.
two and
Yeah.
2.5 or something like that.
Okay. So that's not bad. Like, yeah, that'll happen within a couple days too. So not a
Yeah,
big deal for the
it's
Yankees,
mm-mm.
especially with the schedule that the Blue Jays and the Rays both have coming up the final week of the season. That's a pretty big deal for those teams.
But the Yankees are going to play the Blue Jays Monday and Tuesday at least, if not also Wednesday.
Yeah. So they can eliminate them in the next couple days. So
Yeah.
there's that. The wild
Yep.
card, on the other hand, wild card is indeed wild, Brig.
Wild.
Quite. Absolutely wild. I don't feel like it's as wild as it was last year, just because last year it was what, 2 teams got in, and
Yeah.
now we have 3.
Right.
Mostly it's seeding and then a 4th team that's just hanging in there, just hanging around.
Just
The
being ugly.
Braves,
Yep.
the Braves are good. They, like I said, they've already clinched a playoff spot. They're in the top of the wild card. They're fine. They're playing for division, not wild card at this point.
Yeah,
But then you've got
for
the
sure.
Padres and the Phillies, who are both in.
Yep.
At this point, the Brewers are right there behind them, not far behind.
Game and a half
actually.
back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Game and a half. So, and the game and a half can vanish literally in 36 hours.
Yeah, they don't even have to be involved for a game and a half to go away. Like,
Yeah.
the team in question, like in this case, the Brewers don't even have to necessarily play for a game and a half to just dissolve itself.
Yeah.
That's how
exactly.
fickle it can be.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, to that point, if the Brewers didn't play any games, the Phillies lost 3 in a row, they're even.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And all it would take for them to get even otherwise is for the Phillies to lose 2 and the Brewers to win 1. So,
yeah,
that's a really tight race, a lot tighter than honestly I expected going into this weekend, because the Brewers finally remembered how to win games.
Well, and San Diego's only a half a game up on Philadelphia, so they could spoil it up for themselves as well. They're 6-4 in their last 10, but they've only won 1, and they're on a 1-game winning streak, I should say, which is not a streak. They won their last game. What am I trying to say? Man, I'm tired. This is really cool.
Well, and especially since coming up this week, starting on Tuesday, the Padres are playing the Dodgers, and the Dodgers want nothing more than to spoil for the Padres.
Yep. So, and that's what I'm saying, like that, even that, if you go up 1 rung, right? The Braves are good. They're 10.5 up, but the Phillies, Brewers, and Padres, like that, all 3 of those are within like sneezing distance of each other, and that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Go to the American League, though, Brad. Tell us what's going on in there.
So the Blue Jays started pulling away after this weekend. They won. I think they split a 4-game series with the Rays, I believe is what happened there. And then
I think
so that they're up. I think it's a game and a half, and then the Rays are in second place, and the Mariners are in third place because the Mariners have forgotten how to win baseball games. 3-7 on a 10-game road trip. Holy moly!
Yeah,
Brig, it's dark right now. I'll be honest with you. The Orioles continue to hang around. Brig, let it be dark, all right?
Okay.
The Orioles today are 4 games back. The magic number is 6. Okay, so that's manageable. It can be done, but man, it was scary after the Mariners blew a 9-run lead today. Gave up an 11 spot in the 6th inning after hanging 8 in the 5th and 2 more in the 6th.
Whoa.
Now, okay. So here's the thing with
that's dark.
Rick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's a couple things here. First off, when you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up, right? And that's what I'm hoping is that this is absolute rock bottom. This team is like, okay, we cannot mess around anymore. We will mess around and we will find out that teams who play like this don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Also, specifically for today, I do not like to blame umpires, but I'm waiting for the umpire scorecard to come out because the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings, this umpire's zone shifted.
Oh.
It shifted inward toward the middle of the plate, where the Mariners hung 8 because of I want to say it was 7 walks, 5 or 6, maybe between 5 and 7 walks in the 5th inning, because there were balls that were getting covered the entire plate that were being called balls.
Yeah.
So what happens? Pitcher's got to go down the middle, and then he gets hit, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Same thing happened in the 6th inning. Mariners enjoyed a couple walks, put up a couple more. Bottom of the 6th inning, that zone was still shifted. Castillo,
Yeah.
who was it? Festa and Brash had to adjust into the middle of the plate because they were walking guys by hitting the left-handed batter box side of the plate
Yeah.
and started walking guys, and then they started giving up hits, and that's just how it happened. So I'm honestly, Brig, I'm putting a little bit of this on the umpire by having an absolute terrible zone and not helping out the pitchers even the slightest, because the game gets back in the 7th inning, Brig.
It slows right back down.
It went back onto the corner. Guys were
I'm
painted
looking
black
at
on the left-hand side of the batter's box, and they were getting called strikes again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the box score, and it is anomalous. It really doesn't make sense unless there's a
It was the
particularly bad
weirdest
pitcher
thing.
on both sides.
It was really, really weird to watch an umpire zone literally shift for 3 innings and then come back to normal.
Yeah, that was weird. Looking at that box score was very bizarre.
Yeah. Huh. So I take a little bit of that off, but at the same time, though, watching that collapse was so frustrating. So frustrating. Yeah. But the Astros figured out how to win Saturday, figured out how to win Sunday, helped the Mariners in that respect. To drop the Orioles and to lower that magic number just a little bit. But this race is going to be tight, I feel like, because the Mariners have not played well against these bad teams they're supposed to be beating.
Well, and Boston plays Baltimore starting tomorrow.
Yeah, starting
Monday. So that'll be official, like that. Or I don't know what I'm saying. That'll affect you dramatically in the Seattle spot.
Yeah, I'll be scoreboard watching on those games for sure. There's that, and then Baltimore also has the Yankees coming up later on this week, and then they finish, I believe, with the Rays.
Yeah, well, and
check that real quick, but
and then the Yankees are in Toronto starting Monday, and dang, this is intense, man. All these teams are going to play each other right at the end.
Blue Jays, sorry, Orioles are closing out with the Blue Jays, so the Orioles could pretty much eliminate themselves by the end of the week. But man, it's scary with a Mariners team that has forgotten how to win with no Julio Rodriguez, no Gino Suarez. Cal Raleigh is down now. He re-injured his thumb today, so that's a big deal. It's scary.
Oh no, are you serious?
Yeah. So he came back from a thumb injury, and then today there was a foul ball hit right on the tip of the thumb of the glove. You saw him wince, and then he actually caught a ball that hit the thumb, and he went down. So he stayed in, finished the inning because he's tough, but he did not come out.
Yeah.
So
that's not good.
Quite upset about that. I almost cried, Brig. I almost cried.
I don't blame you. I've been on the verge of tears a lot lately, so I totally understand.
Given the Judge situation.
Yeah, Tampa Bay starts the 3-game set against the Cleveland's ball club Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then they got to play the Astros, and then they play Boston to finish out the season. So Tampa Bay could be in some trouble there, which might help Seattle out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It could. And then you've got the Yankees and the Blue Jays. That could help too if the Yankees continue to win, because despite Judge not homering, the Yankees have been winning.
They have been winning. And it's not always it's sometimes a little messy, but it's because they're I think everybody else is relaxed with everybody watching Judge. I think the rest of the lineup is just not as stressed, honestly. I think
what was it, Saturday,
Mercury
just let everybody else homeward, but
it felt like that. It did. It felt like that. Yeah. Lots of production baseball, lots of extra base hits, lots of stolen bases, and that's the kind of aggressive thing with any team would need to win in the playoffs. Like they have to play that way. So hopefully we can put it together, and one of these days we'll talk about issues with depth, but not today.
We will for sure, because it is a strange thing. But so there's that, and then there's the Cardinals and the Brewers who are playing. What is that? Tuesday, Wednesday. 2-game set, and the Cardinals could essentially eliminate the Brewers by winning both of those.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And then, like we talked about before, the Dodgers and the Padres, that's going to be a series to watch.
That's the
again
one I
this
want
week.
to see. Yeah, because that could put a beat down on spoiling San Diego's or Slam Diego, excuse me, Slam Diego's chances at a playoff opportunity. Really could.
Yep, yep, it really could. Yeah, and it's so like it was like the Astros either clinched and then they just relaxed for a couple days, right? Because they got shut out back to back games by the Orioles. They were like,
Yeah,
okay, we've clinched, we're good, we're all set, relax, go lose a couple games. But then they had a hard time turning it back on Saturday and Sunday against the Orioles again. It came down to the last inning both times. Like first game they won in 9 and they won in extras. So it's like
yeah.
they're having a hard time turning that switch on. I don't think the
Right.
Dodgers are going to ever let it turn off.
I don't think so either. I don't think Dave Roberts will let that happen.
I'm surprised Dusty
I
Baker
just
did,
don't.
honestly.
Yeah. Actually, I'm
Or
with you.
maybe that's the kind of command he has in that clubhouse is that they're just like, bah, we're fine.
Maybe, or maybe we should give more credit to Baltimore than we have been.
We could, yeah. So this is another thing too, is that like I was really frustrated with the Mariners losing these games, um, and then especially watching Baltimore win. This is something I'm not accustomed to as a Mariners fan, is playing these bad teams that are wanting to be spoilers, right?
Yeah,
Usually I'm on the other side where the Orioles are right now, where it's like you're playing for your life every single day, so you come
yeah,
out ready to go, and you're a giant slayer because you've got to be. And I think
right.
that's what's going on in Baltimore is these guys understand obviously what's at stake, and so they're trying to be giant beaters every single day, and they
Yeah,
succeeded 2 out of 4 times, extended themselves a
yeah.
little bit, but
I think it's
anyway,
cool. I think they also have a bunch of young guys there who are just like, I don't care, man. Let's go have fun. Like, it doesn't matter. There's no pressure. And I think that is a great incubator for a lot of personal growth and success.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
So,
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I don't know that it's necessarily going to come down to the last hour of the season. I think I said this before, like I did last year, just because there are more teams, and I don't think that even seeding is going to come down to the last year. I think it's going to be sorted out coming out of next weekend. I think
yeah,
Monday at the latest we'll have seating all figured out. We'll know what's up, what's what, who's playing where, who's playing who, and I
yeah.
think it'll still make for a fun end of the season though because it's
Oh,
wild
yeah.
right now. That wild card is out of control.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.